Hi, this is a quick introduction to the new features in automet FAB version 11. This video assumes that you're familiar with previous versions of the software, but should also be of some assistance to users who are new to automet FAB. The biggest changes are in the survey section. In previous versions, you had to survey the flanges in order starting at flange 1. Version 11 will still do this by default, but if you wish, you can survey the flanges in any order you like. To do this, just bring up the Points tab and double-click where you want to start. I'm starting at flange 2. The blue points are the points you're currently taking. Once all of flange 2's points have been surveyed, it will automatically proceed to flange 3. However, I can go back to flange 1 just by double-clicking it on the points list, which also now conveniently appears while you're taking a survey. You can see which flanges you've done by their colour in the points list. Finished flanges appear green, unfinished ones are red. You can also delete any point by clicking the red X next to it, or delete all the points in a particular flange by clicking the X next to the flange. If you make a mistake, there's a new Undo button over at the right. This works for any change you make, including taking new points, so it replaces the old Delete button. There is a Redo button as well, in case you hit Undo by mistake. You can also now take individual points without having to lock to a prism. To do this, you have to first aim the instrument at a stationary prism. You can do this by sighting it manually, or by using the mouse-based laser steering feature that was present in earlier versions. Once you've got the prism in sight, hit the Capture Single button, and it will take a point just like if you'd moved the prism there manually. Perhaps the biggest new feature in automet FAB version 11, however, is the ability to move the instrument during a survey. This is especially useful if you have a complicated spool that is tricky or impossible to survey from a single position. Here's an example. We have the instrument set up so that it doesn't have a very good view of flange 1, and surveying it will therefore be tricky. So instead we'll start with flange 2 by double-clicking it like we showed earlier in the video. Once flange 2 has been surveyed, we need to move the instrument to get a better view of flange 1. But before we do this, we first have to take some control points so that automet can determine exactly how far the instrument is moved. Control points must be taken before you move the instrument. If you forget to take control points before moving the instrument, then all the points you'll have taken so far will be invalid and you'll have to restart the survey from scratch. Hit the Control button to begin taking control points. We need a minimum of 4 control points, ideally in an area surrounding the spool. If you have enough prisms, these can be set up permanently and surveyed using the Capture Single feature we discussed earlier. Or you can attach magnets to 4 locations and capture the points by hitting Start and moving the prism manually between them, just like capturing flanges. They will show up under Current Control Points in the list. You can take the control points in any order, and you can add more at any time. This is very useful if you want to move along a section of pipe in stages, or follow a pipe around blind corners. Once you have captured enough control points, you'll see that the Control button changes colour from red to orange or green. Now you can click the Move Instrument button, and it will turn the whole interface red. This is to remind you that you are currently in Instrument Move mode. If you made a mistake and need to exit Instrument Move mode, just hit Undo. Now it's safe to move the instrument to its new location, making sure at least 4 of the control points you originally took are visible from it. Next, start taking control points just like before. Again, you can take them in any order. Automet FAB will figure out which point is which automatically. Once you have taken enough points, the whole interface will change to orange or green, and you can click the Complete Move button to finish the process. The Moves tab will appear, where you can find quality assurance data for the move. If that all seems good, then we can switch back to the points list, double-click flange 1 to start there, and continue the survey as normal. Analysing a spool works exactly as before, except in the report there is a new table showing all the instrument movements for quality assurance purposes. Another new feature is the ability to survey individual points and planes that do not appear in the design file. This is useful for cross-checking the survey against objects in the surrounding environment, such as steelwork and other building features. These are taken just like all the other points, and appear in both the visual vector error report as well as the text report. There are a few other improvements and bug fixes, but those are detailed in the full release notes included with automet FAB version 11. If you need help or training on these new features, then please do not hesitate to get in touch with MLTech, either by visiting our website or contacting us on the details below. Thanks very much for watching this video. Goodbye.